Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Liverpool FTB Sports preview show for Liverpool v the Toffees payback game. It is the payback game. Hello, Stoney.
Good evening, Pato. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Just looking forward to a lovely late afternoon game tomorrow. As you said, we've got Everton coming to visit us. And yeah, just really looking forward to that really.
Well, tonight we haven't got Stitches with us. Again, he's a very busy man, but hopefully he'll be with us tomorrow for tomorrow's winning post-match reaction show. So, Stoney, what are your thoughts?
Okay, wow, there's so much. All right, so going into tomorrow's game, if we think about the result, 3 points guaranteed for Liverpool. What have Everton's previous games been? They were unsuccessful against Man City. They were unsuccessful against Fulham prior to that. I think they drew with Manchester United 3-3 before that. And the game before that, they beat Leeds.
Yes.
So they probably haven't got the results that they've probably wanted in the last few games. So it'll be interesting to see what their form is like coming into tomorrow's fixture. I mean, they played Man City the last game, so I don't think we can probably really take too much into the result from that. Man City, I think, we're always going to win. They're in a nice little rich vein of form there. So for me, it'd be interesting to see how Ancelotti has Everton set up. And obviously to see what their players are able to return. I think their last game, is it Mina came off with, I think it was like a calf injury.
After
so it'll be interesting.
14 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
14
so it'll be interesting to see whether he's fit enough to come back. And for Everton, it will be interesting to see whether Calvert-Lewin is in a position to actually return back as well. So I think those are probably some of the other things that we'll have an opportunity to touch on throughout the show today. How do you see the game going tomorrow?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned those players because I've got no worries, and I'll tell you why. Because the last time we played them, all those players you've just mentioned played. We played them at Goodison, and they had their full team, and they thought they were winning then. In fact, weren't we both at the top then?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so they were at their peak. Am I not right? They had
a full squad. Yeah.
Full squad. We should have won that game anyway. Look what happened to our Virgil. Look at all the controversy involved in that game. But I will just say, I'm proud of how we played then. And I'm not worried one bit about tomorrow playing them. Whoever they bring on, I don't care who they play. I don't care. Because do you know what? We're back on form, Stoney. We are. Believe it.
Definitely.
We're back on form. And we could have and to be honest, the players who are coming back, if they do play, and he mean it. He said that's a maybe. Ancelotti said that's a maybe. So he might play. But regarding the other two, both had hamstring injuries, was it not?
Yes, so that's correct.
I don't think he will start them. You don't have a hamstring injury and come straight in normally, do you?
No.
It hasn't been a simple one, obviously, has it? So I think they may play, but I don't think they'll start. The same with Keita, Naby Keita. He's not going to start.
Yeah.
He's going to he didn't even train the other day when he was supposed to, and we left him at home.
Yeah.
Apparently got ill, got told to go to the training ground, train for 2 days, and he didn't because he was ill. So it may get a little bit, but believe you me, he won't be starting.
No. I agree with you.
But also, can I just say before I forget, the other night on Tuesday, when our boys were coming home, and they were watching the show.
Yeah.
And Trent heard that you'd bigged him up.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely delighted. So no, but you know, he's a scouser, and we all are scousers.
Yeah.
We all know each other, Stoney. We're
Yeah,
all
yeah,
one big family. Everyone knows someone or related to someone. Okay, so it's filtered down. You know, so as I said, they were watching the show, and he was made up. So
nice.
He knows that I'm from Highton, and you know, he knows Stephen Gerrard and so anyway, so word's got to Joe Stall, who's an official seller of all the Liverpool merchandise, and he knows the club, so you know, it's all filters through, and they've asked me to give you this.
Oh, thank you. Keep that nice and safe. Thank you very much, Trent, but keep that in a safe place.
Trent. He said,
thank you very much.
Okay.
Lovely.
And he said, don't worry. He loves toffee, and he'll eat the toffees tomorrow.
Good,
okay?
Perfect.
Don't you worry.
That's lovely. We've got a few comments.
Questions. We've got some. Yeah, where's our
we've got a few comments in here. We've got a first comment. Yeah, we've got a comment from James, who's mentioned it's the 238th derby. Prediction is Liverpool to win 2-0. Mo getting both. I actually hope that's the case. This is probably the first week I haven't made Mo Salah my captain in my fantasy Premier League. So even though he won't get me any points there, I hope he does get a brace tomorrow against Everton. So thanks for that, James.
Thanks,
we got
James.
a comment here
you done well on the other day. We'll get you back soon, okay?
Perfect.
That's Jim the Red.
Yeah.
What's the other questions?
We got a comment here from somebody called Tony Miller. Thank you very much, Tony.
Tiger. Tony the Tiger. Hello, Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger needs to come on the show too.
We'll see if we can try and organize that as well. I know that you've got really good links as well, so we'll see if we can get Tony on the show at some stage as well. So Tony's really saying, come on, the mighty Liverpool, 3 points tomorrow. Jim wants to get this party started. It's already started here, Jim. So we're here with you. Comment from Solo. Come on, Everton 2-1. That's fine, no problem at all. We appreciate all comments. And we're thoroughly aware that Solo's a Manchester United supporter, so we wouldn't expect anything different. But Solo, we thank you for tuning into the show, and we thank you for your prediction. We've also got Mr. B, who's also part of the Manchester United FTB family as well. He's usually part of their channel. Liverpool gonna crack underneath the pressure tomorrow.
What pressure?
Just a shadow of a team without Van Dijk. Long may his absence continue. We love the banter. Thank you.
Mr. B. Friday night.
He's ready. Oh, dearie me. And we have somebody who's returned to the show as well, providing lovely comments. We've got Charles Williams, Liverpool LFC. Boom. Thank you, Charles. We absolutely love that. Another comment coming through from Pipes71. Thank you, Pipes. And we'll touch on this as well, because this is a nice point as well. Don't get too carried away with beating an average Leipzig team. Think Everton have a big chance tomorrow.
It was second in Bundesliga.
Yeah, he reckons Everton's got a big chance. What do you reckon on that comment, Pato? We can pause. I mean, we've got a few other comments coming through that we will actually read out and acknowledge as well. But it's a point here from somebody who's somebody who's usually tunes into the show and really makes rational comments. So I'm just going to read it out, and we can probably just touch on this. Don't get too carried away with beating an average Leipzig team. Think Everton have a big chance tomorrow. What do you think will be the possible threat that Everton will be able to bring to Anfield tomorrow?
Kevin Campbell.
Yes, I thoroughly agree. Kevin Campbell. I love that one.
That's when Kevin Campbell played.
I think it's interesting. I think, like you were saying at the beginning of the season, Everton were in good form. I think a lot of it was to do with how James Rodriguez had started for them. Really good player. Obviously, he's had his injury, so he's just returning back to the team as well. So, if it was at the beginning of the season, Liverpool would still have won anyway, but Everton may have had more of an opportunity to actually be in the game. But as it stands, and this is just mainly to Pipe 71, I can't see Everton actually getting a result against us tomorrow. And I may be biased because I'm part of the Liverpool family, but I can't see it. Their main threat would have been if it was an in-form James and a Calvert-Lewin without an injury. The possibilities, if we probably look through the Everton team at the moment, who may they start with? So Pickford's returned back into goal instead of Olsen. Do you reckon Pickford's probably going to start tomorrow? It will be interesting to see whether Baines starts tomorrow. So I reckon it's going to be Baines, probably Holgate and Keane tomorrow. I'm trying to think who's their right back. Who's Everton play last game at the right back? Or was it Holgate that played at the right back?
Holgate, yeah, Mason Holgate.
Yeah. So I'm missing one of their defenders then, aren't I? I'm missing one of their centre backs. If Keane's there, Godfrey.
Godfrey, yes, Godfrey.
Yes, it may be Godfrey. So we're looking at Baines. We're thinking, this is what I'm thinking. It's going to be Pickford in goal, Baines left back, Godfrey and Keane centre back with Holgate on the right hand side. Probably going to start with Doucouré in the middle of the park. I'm not too sure on the fitness of Gomez. I know he didn't start in the last game. So I reckon he's going to start with Doucouré and probably Sigurdsson in the middle. It will be on the right. James Rodriguez in the middle. Richarlison over on the left. And I believe that he's going to start with Calvert-Lewin. So I reckon they're going to play a 4-2-3-1 against us. That's my belief. What do you reckon that their starting lineup may be?
Oh, right, but I'm not answering that question.
That's fine. Then it's right, no problem. So we'll move on to Pato. I mean, we'll move on to Liverpool, Pato. What starting lineup do you reckon that Klopp's going to put out?
Question regarding what he said about Everton, getting the. I was going to answer his question, but maybe
go on. Answer it.
No, I already did earlier because it doesn't matter who they play. We played their strongest side last time on their own turf, and they couldn't beat us. So I'm not worried who they put wherever. In fact, I totally agree with some of what you said regarding the team. I think I went for and Rodriguez. I think I'd throw in Rodriguez, Richarlison up front. But to be honest, I don't care who they put who they bring to Anfield tomorrow. In fact, we've got presents waiting for them. There is. There's loads, but we are going to give them such a warm welcome. We hold no grudges against Jordan Pickford, and that will be shown tomorrow. The amount of presents you will find in the dressing room, in the toilets, wherever he goes tomorrow. He's got some lovely presents waiting for them as a thank you for the last game.
Perfect.
Payback is a Pickford. So anyway, the name Everton's team. Okay. And the team that we're going to be picking is, we will be playing. Listen, our team hasn't done any wrong. We've played so far. Alisson in goal. I know he was rested. He didn't train. I think it was yesterday. But he will be in our goal. We've got Trent. We will play Kabak. We will play
Hendo.
No, but I don't know. I don't know if. I don't think he's going to be in the back.
Okay.
I think we might see the switch tomorrow.
Yeah. What with Davies? Okay, nice.
I think
Okay.
Hendo could be in the midfield tomorrow. Okay, so I'm a bit. So that's why I was a bit. And yeah, I think Davies could be getting a start.
Nice. That'll be good. Okay.
I think he could be getting a start. So yeah, Genie, and I will be having Thiago. Now he's a bit of a hothead last game. Do you remember? But he'll have learned from that. No, he'll have learned from that.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to give us a good game tomorrow. I really do. I think he's going to really go for it and may even score, actually. Maybe. And the same glorious three up front, who, of course, will do the deed for us and win us the game.
Yeah. So that'll be nice there. I mean, in terms of Everton, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they actually approach this game as well. I mean, what are they? They're only still a few points behind us on it. They even after this game, I think that they'll still have a game in hand on us anyway. So it will be interesting to see how they actually approach this game. I think they played quite defensive against Man City. So it'll be interesting to see whether they actually come out to try and get a result, or whether Ancelotti's just going to sit back and try and contain us.
Stoney, they're going to run out of steam. Do you know why? Look how quick we were on Tuesday.
True.
They've played 4 games in 10 days.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're
going to run out of steam.
Yeah.
Trust me. They're going to be fighting. We're going to come out like a fire blaze.
How do you reckon Curtis Jones has still been having a good little run out? Lots of minutes underneath his belt. I know I've mentioned on previous shows as well. I like how he's developing. How do you reckon he'll feature tomorrow?
Well, that's what I mean. I know I didn't say him then, but that was because I mentioned Davis. But he may not. Okay, so we may start Jones. Again, it's that, but where does he put him? That's what I mean. It's all a little bit confusing, isn't it, at the minute? Because I know they've all been training. There's been a lot of training with all the new boys as well. So, you see, I like the team. At the end of the day, the team that have played the last 2 games. Why ruin that? Why? I'd let them maybe start and then see how it progresses and maybe see if we need to change.
Okay.
Sometimes upsetting the apple cart.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think what are they expecting? How's Ancelotti going to be analysing us?
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good shout. It's a good shout with the.
We don't know. It's all ifs and guesses because we don't really know who's going to be playing. But what are the questions? Oh, it's quite a few tonight, aren't we?
Can you see them?
Yeah. What have we got? Kabak will have Calvert-Lewin in his pocket. Yeah, he will, Jim. You're right. Calvert-Lewin returns from injury. They have chances, particularly if you continue with Henderson playing in the makeshift defence. Well, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He may bring him forward, but do you know what? As well, I'm not Calvert-Lewin. He's just come back from a hamstring injury. He can't. Play. He was playing. Recently, you can't do that because he could injure it again
himself. So you know what, you're right in saying that,
and have to change the whole play. Look at Michael Owen.
Yeah, true. So they may well, it may be something where he may feature, he may come on as a sub, because I think the game afterwards is against Southampton away. But didn't Everton bought Josh King from Bournemouth? So I wonder if they'll actually play with Josh King tomorrow. That might be something. I didn't actually think about that.
Did he come on the other day?
Yeah, he came on. So that may be something actually. You're right. They may well probably start with Josh King up front. I know they started with Man City. I think they started the 4-4-1-1 with Richarlison playing as the out-and-out striker. But you're right, I didn't think of that. So it may well be that Josh King starts tomorrow instead of Richarlison. You made a good point about the Davies. I think it would be good if he can actually feature in the game, even if he comes in as a sub, because our next game afterwards is against Sheffield United. And yeah, that'll give him some game time. So yeah, Davies to be on the bench. I didn't even think about that actually. And then he features in the Sheffield United game afterwards. So yeah, that would be good. Yeah, definitely. I think that would be good. Is it okay if I read out another comment from they're coming through in the box here? So we've got another comment from Pipe71. I think the result, it all depends on Everton's mentality. They haven't won the derby for so long. There's definitely a mental issue and inferiority complex they need to overcome. So do you think that they feel inferior to us? Do you think every time they play against us, that it's already in their head that they're going to lose?
Did you hear Ancelotti's comment about he's not as scared coming to Anfield because there's no fans? And he actually said, when we play at Anfield, it feels like the fans are on the pitch. So he thinks we're with a good chance because there's no fans. But I'm sorry, you had no fans in Goodison.
Yeah.
And you couldn't beat us.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Ancelotti.
Yeah, so you're right. I think if it's one of those where Everton come in, as Pipes was saying, if they do come in and they do already feel that they're inferior to us, hopefully you just get the game just wrapped up in the first half. That's the same thing you were saying. Let's get them nice and early, get the game completely finished in the first half, and then on 60 minutes, if we need to make those changes and bring on some of the other players, as you were saying, like Davies there, then actually do that. And then we can just focus on playing Sheffield United afterwards. So, yeah, I cannot see anything other than 3 points for Liverpool. Even if there are VR decisions that go against our way, or if there's any sending offs or anything, it's just a guaranteed 3 points. So 5:30 tomorrow, I'm going to be here at home in front of the TV. Yeah, just looking forward to a wonderful game. That's all I want.
Never mind them being scared going to Anfield. I've got 2 Evertonians just across the room. One of them's come in and said one thing.
Yeah.
The score. What's your score? What do you think?
Predicted score. Okay, so what was I saying? The last game, so they played against Man City. They lost, didn't they? Right. So was it 4-1? So they lost 4-1 Man City. They lost 2-0 against Fulham. They drew 3-3 with Manchester United, and they they beat Leeds. I reckon, I think since I've been doing this show, every result prediction I give has been incorrect. Right. So I'm actually hoping tomorrow I'm correct.
What you say then? Be careful.
I'm actually hoping tomorrow that my predictions, right. I think it's going to be 3-1. 3-1 Liverpool tomorrow. That's what I think the result's going to be. What about yourself?
I'd love it to be 3-1, but I think it's going to be Everton are going to park the bus. Everton are going to try and park the 27 bus.
Yeah.
And the 14. And the 68. Okay? But what do we always say? Doesn't matter what you put, we'll get, if we have to go over, under, around, we'll do it so they can park all the buses that they want. We are going to win the game. And I'm going to say 2-0 to Liverpool. 2-0 to Liverpool.
And who do you think our danger man will be tomorrow? Who do you think is going to end up probably being your man of the match for tomorrow's performance.
The danger man's going to be Virgil van Dijk, but we'll talk about that.
Could you imagine?
But a danger man for them?
No, for us.
All our boys. We are fighting. We are fighting. We are back on track. Back to the right mentality. Once it, like I've always said, once it wakes up here, it triggers through to your body, and it all does. It's all flowing. It's all flowing nice. And I think Naby Keita will get a few little minutes. We won't get much, but I do think he'll come on. But now our boys, all of our boys are the danger to Everton, and we're just going to eat them up tomorrow.
Oh, perfect. So Jim's put some comments in the feed for us. He said he's got his flags. The flag is repaired. So I think he's really echoed what you were saying as well, Pato. We've had our little flutter. And for anybody who doesn't support Liverpool, that's been the opportunity for them to get their sharp objects out to try and poke us. So I agree with you, Jim. The flag has been repaired and we're fine. Looking for quick passing opportunities from Liverpool tomorrow, with Everton probably conceding a lot of fouls. That's fine. Tony reckons that 4-0 victory for Liverpool tomorrow.
Yeah, that can.
So if that's the case, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
he's also reminded you as well, as much as Everton's going to be parking the bus, don't forget they're going to be parking the number 26 and the number 27 as well, Pato.
All right, remember you
have to remember your bus routes, all right? Yeah, remember that.
I said the 27 is the 26, same bus goes round. Yeah.
Tony's mentioned that he thinks the man of the match tomorrow will be Mane. I agree with you. Same thing as well. Mane's still in absolutely lovely form as well.
Well, he got the first goal last time. He got the first goal at Goodison, didn't he? What was it? 3 minutes.
Yeah. So that'll be good as well.
And he'll do that tomorrow. He likes playing Everton. He's the same. He's a Scouser now.
Yeah.
I gave him the magic kiss. I gave him Mane. I did. Mane's got the magic Scouse kiss.
Yeah.
And after that.
So yeah, that'll be good. A nice little victory there for Mane. We have a comment from Mr. B. His prediction is that Liverpool will lose 2-1 tomorrow. That's fine. Everybody's entitled. Yeah, that's fine, Mr. B. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you can, Mr. B,
come back on tomorrow and say that when we've won.
Yeah, it's true. Also, if you're able to, Mr. B, if you can drop in a comment why you think Liverpool may be unsuccessful with getting a win tomorrow, we'll deeply appreciate your thoughts on that. So thanks for that comment, Mr. B. We have somebody coming in from YouTube. Alan, thank you very much for your comment. Also think 2-0 to Liverpool. So Pato, they agree with you. They believe it's going to be an open game. As for the danger man, I think we got danger all over. Hopefully keep the momentum, little payback for Virgil van Dijk. So do you think the Liverpool players will, all right, they're human at the end of the day, all right? Do you reckon that's going to be the added incentive to actually make sure we get that the 3-0 convincing win based on what happened in the previous game and an injury to Virgil?
Definitely. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Listen,
I mean,
he didn't get justice. Virgil didn't get any justice for what happened. He took it on the chin and he accepted it, but he's missed out, hasn't he? And he knows he hasn't. It must be killing him. I've met Virgil. I know how much he loves playing. You know, he is gutted. What happened? He took it on the chin and he hasn't. But of course, he's got beef about it. Yeah. And all Liverpool has, and all of Anfield has. So hope you like your presents. Hope you like your presents.
Is it? I'm not looking for any form.
They need to be careful when they go to the toilet or anything to use. Cup of tea, bring your own water. Suggest you bring your own water, sandwiches, everything.
Oh my God.
Everything.
I'm not trying to my intention with this query, right, is not to cause any form of controversy, all right? Not at all right? How do you reckon Pickford will be feeling going into this game? Based on some of the comments, that some of them were quite unsavory, and I do have to admit that these are not coming from me, by the way, right? I'm saying, but I think some of the comments were a bit unsavory towards him based on what happened at last game. How do you reckon he might be feeling coming into this game? What do you reckon?
Listen, I don't think, I'm just saying things in jest, and I think that's how it should be. Never get personal, or, it shouldn't be malicious at all or violent, and it's disgusting, some of the comments that were said to him. It's absolutely disgusting. And lots of people are like that. Unfortunately, we can't stop that happening. That's social media. But you just got to learn to rise above it, and hopefully you will. Listen, at the end of the day, he is a good goalkeeper, and what's happens quite a lot in football. We know that. I don't think it was malicious, and people need to understand that. And things do happen in football, so you shouldn't be nasty. And I don't wish any harm to the guy, and I wish him the best in life. Actually, we're all fans together. There shouldn't be hate, racism, any nastiness at all in football. We're on wall, one big happy family, and you should accept it. Like I've just said, there's 2 Evertonians behind that wall. There's Evertonians in this street. There's probably people from Manchester and London and around the world that live around in this street and around here. It doesn't matter you live here, and it doesn't matter who you support and where you're from. You all should love each other and spread the Liverpool love.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm glad you mentioned about the Liverpool love there, and that probably answers Mr. B was kind enough to reply to his previous comment about saying that Liverpool will lose 2-1. And he was quite kind enough to reply in a comment. I'll edit his response if it's okay. But his response why we'll lose 2-1 is that we peaked last season. So that's why he thinks that we'll actually lose tomorrow. So that's fine, Mr. B. All I can ask is one thing: if you're able to come and join us on the post show, put your comments in, and we'll see if your prediction was correct.
Yes, of course. So we got any more questions?
We got quite a few coming in. We've got someone commenting about the length of Pickford's arms on here as well. And just a comment from Jim saying
maybe it gets stretched tomorrow and made longer.
Yeah. We got a comment from Jim mentioning that Jackie Elga's son has actually signed for Liverpool's academy. So
congratulations.
Yeah, well done, Zach. If that's the case, we've got Jim behind the scenes there, so we appreciate that bit of knowledge there. So that will be perfect. But so yeah.
Well, I think we might as well wrap the show up soon then, and can't wait to come back tomorrow and be dancing. I'm going to be dancing. I will do the Barcelona dance.
We're going to look forward to that. Okay. But yes, it's been a brilliant show.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Aren't we going to be doing a competition soon as well? There's talk of a competition coming up.
Yeah, that's correct. So
I think it's going to be really exciting. It's like and each week you've got to try and beat each other. It's going to be we'll when we find more out about it. But yeah, stay tuned, because there's going to be a cracking little competition coming. I think you're going to answer questions, so many questions each week. See who can beat, and see as they go up the like a league table, isn't it? And then have a champion at the end who is the champion. It sounds really good, but we're still in the process of it. But I really can't wait for it to come along. I really can't.
Definitely. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in once again. Thank you everybody for posting the comments down. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to FTB Sports. Subscribe. Once again, Pato, thank you very much for the gift that I've received from Trent and everybody from the Liverpool community. Please keep that safe for me.
I will.
And I look forward to seeing you and everybody else on the panel for tomorrow. And everybody else who's been watching it, make sure you tune back into the post show.
Yeah, we'll see it all tomorrow when we've won the game. Up the toffees! Come on, you Reds! Come on, you Reds! We're gonna win. We're going to win. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, Stoney. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Pato.
Bye.
Bye.